Okay, right here I've got my image capture, and let's see if this is a time lapse I did the other night with the GoPro. So here I've got ISO 400 and shutter speed is at 1/2, and we can kind of see the frames kind of dark. As I scroll down though, the shutter speed does change. Now I believe I was using spot metering. I don't believe I was if spot metering's turned off with the Hero 3, at least Black Edition. I believe it just meters the entire frame, where spot metering is center weighted. So I'm just going to go down, and I'm actually going to see. It looks like the shutter speed is changing. The that could be because it's at night and we're going. I don't know. I can't find any specs on the Hero 3 Black, but I would assume that it's going to max out at ISO 400. So I'm just going to go down. I'm just reading these directly off the memory card. So the shutter speed, does appear to be changing. So half second, 10/20 per second, things like that. I'm assuming that's the shutter speed because the focal length is 3 millimeters. I know that's 3 millimeters and ISO is 400. I know it's at 400. So I'm going to drag down to the time lapse I shot the other day with the tractor, and it'll take a second to load. It is going to load. Okay, so now we can see, it's a much faster shutter speed, 1/119th, 1/60th, 1/19th. So the shutter speed is changing, as is the ISO value. And again, I believe I was still using spot metering, which is going to be biased to the center of the screen. So that could, let's see, I don't know if I probably won't be able to tell. Maybe if I scroll all the way down, I don't think I'll be able to tell just by looking at the thumbnails, which I know in, Adobe Camera Raw, I could actually see, pretty big changes that would cause the flickering effect in, in the final time-lapse composition once I edited everything together using Photoshop. I'm just going to try to see if I can scroll up and tell. So here we're looking at, half second exposures at ISO 400, and the shutter speed may remain the same, but I was definitely getting different, keep going up here, I was definitely getting different ISO values. So yeah, so here now we can see the shutter speed is starting to change. This is, probably a minute or a few minutes prior in the time-lapse composition. So getting a little bit less than half second exposure. I would assume that's half second. Let's see here. I'm going to keep going up. So I am using the December 14th firmware. I'm not sure if other people are using that same firmware. I'm going to keep scrolling up here. Okay, so now we can see, I've got ISO 327, 329, 336, 345, so on and so forth. So it is changing both the shutter speed and the ISO based on what I would assume is center weight metering. So it's possible that maybe if I go to full frame metering for time lapses, like at sunset or sunrise, I might not get that flickering, but looks like it is actually changing and metering depending on the shot. And again, I was using ProTune. I don't know if the Pro here will. No, that's as far as I can go. So, yeah, this basic just image capture data is not going to show whether ProTune is enabled or not. Let me just try. I don't think I can view the file information until I've actually imported those over. But I just wanted to kind of show you that the camera is definitely making adjustments, in interval mode during, time-lapse compositions. And it's not just taking the settings from the first, the first image and applying that. Now, it may have on yours. I don't know if, I just don't know how you have your camera set up. I don't know if ProTune makes a difference. I usually enable ProTune just to get the better dynamic range and the higher bit rate. I don't know if the bit rate affects the photographs. Seems like 3.3 megabytes when I have ProTune enabled. I did shoot a few pictures a couple weeks back before the December 14th firmware was released. It seemed like the file size was a little bit less, like 2.7, 2.8 megabits. And I'm pretty sure I was still shooting, wide. I don't remember specifically, but I don't believe I've changed any of the, the full frame camera resolution modes or anything like that, if it's even possible to do that. So anyway, I just wanted to post this video so you could kind of see where I was coming from. And that's about it. Thanks a lot. Bye.